What show did you go to last night?
It was at the Template in OB.
Oh, Template's dope.
Very edgy.
Yeah.
Very edgy.
Was it like any type of genre of music, or was it like the San Diego art flow kind of thing?
No, it was definitely more like punk adjacent.
Cool.
My
Super
friend
cool.
played. I didn't make it for the last band, which was Memory Leak, and I heard were really good. The last two bands are from Mexico, but the second to last band, I think it was Solar Flare. They're from Mexico City, and they went so hard. Like,
So dope.
I didn't see the bassist eyes the entire show.
Hell
She's
yeah.
got like long bangs, just like playing. Like,
I love the Template. Shout out Template and OB. No endorsement from us, but they have such a cool art space. I've always enjoyed the coffee there and just the open room to go study and work on stuff, especially in that type of environment, you know?
Yeah, I never go to shows in OB. It's such a distinct vibe, and it's not my vibe.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's like drum circles, like we don't believe in vaccines kind of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the like it's always crazy because when I go to OB, it's always like hippie vibe, but also like the I don't know, a little bit pretentious vibe, but I don't get it from that place.
No,
Yeah.
I do like it there. It was refreshing to be in a different place. Like it was refreshing to like have the lights kind of on and not have the venue covered in grime. Like,
Yeah.
as much as I love that, I eat it up. Like,
Yeah, there's a couple places where you watch a punk show where you're like no shit talk, but maybe Tower Bar on El Cajon is
okay, we're dropping names.
Yeah. Yeah, Tower Bar is a fun venue. I love going to Tower Bar for like a rock show, but like there's also like remnants of like a drug hall type of area. It's dark in a tough part of town, but
You know, last time I was there, they played Eraserhead behind the show that was playing, which was cool aesthetically, but I was kind of mad about it because I'm like, I've been meaning to watch that.
There's some clips from Eraserhead that are haunting.
There was something with a chicken.
Oh.
I was like, what's going on here? I need to watch this.
Oh, God. Yeah, David Lynch. David Lynch he's either you love him or you hate him. Everyone thinks he's weird though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Weird, like non-derogatory.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think.
Like just weird.
Yes.
Like which I like.
Let's get into it. Yeah, I'm a fan. I haven't watched it yet, but I did just recently get on Criterion, so I'm officially better than everybody else. And it's on there. So.
Yeah. What was the movie that like got you into like, you know what, I need to start watching Criterion. I need to start watching like the classics.
I don't know about the classics. I mean, I got on because it was October and I'm trying to get some good horror movies.
Yeah.
I saw the collection and I watched, I started with Videodrome. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't, no.
It's a Cronenberg. It has a lot of crazy practical effects.
Yeah.
And I was kind of sold from there. I was like, this is good. And the funny thing is, when I logged in, I was like, wait, I'm already logged into Criterion. Like, why did I pay for this subscription? It's free. And then I realized that my ex had used one of my roommate's ex's logins like 2 years ago.
So you still
and
had
then
it
was
saved?
Still on there.
Oh, that's a really good topic. So this is just off the cuff. When do you change your passwords? When you break up with somebody or you move out of a roommate's place? Because right now I'm moving and I have like a subscription with like my roommate, and I'm thinking, I don't know if they should still have the login.
Why don't you just have that conversation and see if you can?
Yeah, we need to practice our communication skills.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, are we going to split the cost here, or are we just going to go our separate ways?
Yeah.
It depends on what you want to get out of it.
Yeah.
I realize in most situations when you're living with a significant other and then that fizzles out and then you're going your separate ways, I find I have more stuff than I want. And that's a problem. I literally just have, the only thing I care about is my equipment. That's everything else is kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like I need my computers. I mean, you need a bed.
Yeah.
You know, a bed's necessary. A TV, I could live without.
Yeah.
Monitors get me by just fine. Now go into subscriptions to the root of your conversation.
Yeah.
Just split it, dude. Just either split the cost or end it.
Because some of them are very restrictive now. Like Netflix is like, we were on my my roommate's parents, because I have 2 roommates, and they're on their parents, and it started giving us problems recently because there were too many people using it.
Yeah.
And so we had to get our own. But on Criterion, for instance, I think the thing is you just can't have 3 simultaneous streams. And so my sister asked for the password, and I was like, go crazy. But I wasn't going to use my ex's roommate's ex's whatever password. Like, that was just too
3
weird.
people separated.
But I could have, if I didn't have a moral compass. I could have done that. But
Glad to hear you have a moral compass.
yeah, I'm out here flexing my moral compass.
What is that called? Oh gosh, what is it called when you flex your moral compass online?
Oh, virtue signaling.
Boom,
Yeah.
you got it. Boom.
Yeah.
I used
Word
to.
of the year.
Yeah, I've been accused of virtue signaling quite a few times online.
Is it
Notorious
justified?
virtue
Is it
signaler.
justified to be?
The time I got called out for it was justified actually. Yeah, because
Was it a black square? What was it?
No, it wasn't a black square. It was I think years ago on Twitter. I was just saying like this Republican's an asshole. And I was just doing it because I just wanted to call someone an asshole. You know what I mean? Not because of the
For
greater
sport.
Yeah, I was just. It was in the. I was exactly. It was for sport.
You get those impulses just want to call someone an a-hole?
When politicians I don't like, yeah, I have an issue with it. I need to chill out sometimes. I need
Just
to.
stay in the comments.
Yeah, I actually got restricted from comments.
You're not the only person I know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a badge of honor.
Yeah, I got blocked from the typical liberal on Instagram. They're like the mainstream conservative account.
Is that a Medal of Honor?
Oh, I was very aroused when I
Hashtag censored.
yeah, hashtag censored.
What you say? It's that random go, y'all. It's that random go, y'all. Yeah, we back in this place, and you'll never see us fall. Time to smack you in the face with that random go, y'all. It's that random go, y'all. It's that random go, y'all. Yeah, we back in this place, and you'll never see us fall. Time to smack you in the face with that random go, y'all.
You are listening to the Random Gold, the Golden Podcast, the podcast that sees gold.
Incoming.
We're sitting 2 men today. Me and Joaquin taking it over. Where's Keith?
Keith is at a wedding, looking good, looking handsome.
He's looking good.
Yeah, we're happy for him.
He's looking good. Go ahead and introduce today's guest, King.
Yeah, we have the infamous Bella Ross. Infamous. She is a community engagement editor for the San Diego Union Tribune. She has been with the Union Tribune since 2021, and she also worked as UT's watchdog on UT's watchdog team in 2019.
Yes.
Very happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, in my opinion, your videos for the Union Tribune have evolved and are my favorite of any creator here in town. And I've told you that. They are easily, I see it, I'm like, when I see your new videos pop up, I'm stoked.
Oh, thank you so much.
I want more. I want more.
No, I feel like there's not a lot of creators in San Diego that are like San Diego centric. You know, there's a lot of like hidden influencers around town where you are on YouTube and you're like, oh shit, that guy lives in San Diego. But they're not identifying, they're not owning their San Diego-ness. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of creators like that.
Are you from here?
No, but I've lived here for 8 years. I like to think I've attained local status, but that's up for debate.
Okay.
Yeah, you're originally from Arizona, is that correct?
Glendale, Arizona.
Let's go. So you have been with the UT for quite some time. My first question for you is there a writer or a journalist that inspired you the most when you were young to enter the world of journalism?
That's, you know what's really funny about that is, I don't know if there was a particular writer. I feel like it was more the politics that got me into it. Like I used to clean houses with my grandmother on the weekends, and she would just go off about George Bush or like SB Ted 70 or like any of the racist things that were happening in Arizona at any given moment. And like, so I just wanted to be a part of it. I felt like it was important. But one of the only journalist face that I remember growing up distinctly is fucking Carrie Lake.
Really?
Yeah, because she was on TV in Arizona growing up all the time, being very normal.
The big election denier now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she runs for governor in Arizona and is just doing horrible.
Yeah, she's got
things.
quite the funky haircut over there, Carrie Lake.
Yeah, I
never heard
mean,
of
like,
her.
we love a pixie.
She's a good definition of there's an evil pixie and a good pixie and an evil pixie. She's an evil pixie,
This is
100.
an evil pixie.
Look at that picture of her and Trump. God damn.
She's standing right next to him. They're
Oof, look how happy she is.
They're like, oh, America.
Oh, they're besties. She did lose, and then she started, denying it as one
I thought
does.
she had her head on her shoulder.
Yeah, look at them. They're so cute. But no, this is the journalist from my childhood. This
Yeah.
is what it's like growing up in a swing state, guys.
Have you seen Succession?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I was about to call them the disgusting brothers.
No, I can't really do like guys in suit shows.
Yeah, yeah.
With the exception of Severance.
I've heard Severance is very good.
You got to get on Severance.
I hear
well,
Severance.
actually, no. Wait until the new season comes out. There's a huge cliffhanger at the end. It's very upsetting.
Got it.
But there will be a new season, but it's going to be a while. The strikes just ended.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's the Apple TV one, right?
yes,
Yeah,
I think
heard
that
about it.
if you can also get it,
I like the guy that one of the actors in it.
Adam.
I think so. Was he
Adam-
in? Was he the guy that was in that gambling movie 21
I think you're
He
on.
was in
with
Parks
Kevin
and Rec.
Spacey? Mm-hmm. Pretty sure it's him. What's his name?
Adam. Type in Parks and Rec cast, and he's on Parks. That's how I know him.
Is it this guy?
No.
No.
Oh no, that's
Well,
someone different.
No. Look up Adam Scott.
Is it Adam Scott?
I swear to God, if that's the guy you're talking about, and I don't really, I'm
yeah,
not good with
Adam
actors'
Scott.
names. But
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, this guy's rad. No,
Yeah.
totally different actor. This guy totally geeked out when Mark Hamill came in on a late night show. He's like, he asked Mark Hamill to go to his birthday party because he loves Star Wars.
Yeah.
And he comes on. I think it was Kimmel or
super
Jimmy.
cool.
And then he's like, he was telling the story, and then everything shuts off, and then you just hear the entrance to Star Wars, and then Hamill comes out with the lightsaber. He's like, oh my God, and his hand was shaking. He was dumbfounded. He's like, oh my fucking God.
That's a
That's him.
celebrity I would for sure probably geek out too hard. If I saw Mark Hamill,
I'm not familiar with this guy's stuff.
no, it's funny because he plays like such a geek in Parks and Rec and other stuff. Like, and I mean, he looks the part. He looks like a nerd.
also shout out his performance as the douchey brother in Step Brothers.
Oh yeah.
I haven't had a carb since fucking 2008. he's like, you see these abs?
No,
Yeah.
this man can do it all. He can do geek. He can do douche.
Yeah. He's also such a like good
What's
type.
he doing with Sean from fucking Boy Meets World? What's going on with that?
Let's see. Addresses horrifying.
Quote, horrifying.
Yes. Horrifying experience. Let's look into it.
Oh no, what's going on?
Oh,
They were. What are you talking about?
It's literally tugging
he
at me for
wasn't in
20.
Boy Meets World. Adam
might
Scott
have
was in
been.
Boy Meets World. No. I just want to see that.
He appeared in the teen series as Griff, making his debut in season 2. Scott was present on the day of filming wrap for the season, where he had a negative experience. I get to go finally ask Ryder about this thing. This literally had been tugging at me for 20.
I just want to see the photo of him. I don't care
Yeah.
about all that. That's fine. Boy Meets World.
I can tell. Yeah, there's too much. That's one of those things. It might be an overreaction article, like where it's like one thing may have happened.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, bro.
He's giving
Yeah.
Edward Cullen.
Oh wow,
For sure.
Look at that jawline,
dude.
Wow,
Has he had
kinda
some?
serving?
Has he had work
Look at that
done?
chin.
Has he had work done?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, he just didn't. I mean, he's still a handsome guy, but
Yeah.
that's.
I mean, that was
Look at
how
that
many
hairline.
years
Looks
ago?
like he may have a little nose job.
I don't know.
But those are also like shot on a potato or a Game Boy Advance. Those pictures.
Well,
You know?
his nose looks much more real now, though. Is that how that works?
Right. Yeah.
That might be how
He
that.
outgrew the nose grub.
Yeah.
I gotta check out Severance. You're not the only person to tell me that.
No, it's so good.
just
But like I'm
reinvigorated
saying, like if you can get, because Apple TV, I'm not passionate about it. You know, I don't want to pay for that. I pay for enough things.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
If you maybe
We
you
all
could get,
have
like,
cable.
The
You
free
say you're
month.
not passionate about it is because of the content isn't there for you to want to keep it around?
I'm not trying to get in. I don't even know what's on there. I don't want to know because if I do and I'm like into it,
You're too invested
I'm
in
gonna
it.
want to pay for it, and I already pay for like multiple streaming services.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah.
Admirable restraint over here, man.
I mean, I got into the Severance.
Zero. Fuck yeah, zero.
That's impressive.
Fucking
That
zero.
is
Of course,
impressive.
zero. Just when Obi-Wan came out, yeah, you got me for a couple months. Good for you. God bless you.
I'm not a Star Wars girly. Star Wars.
I'm not into the Star Wars.
Yeah. No, it couldn't be me. But
No, that's
No,
fine.
you're good,
No,
you're
you
good.
like what you like. No problem.
yeah, I like
So what do you
Severance.
like?
I like Severance. It's because it's very dystopian. Feels like kind of political. I love something with a political slant. Alternatively, I love reality TV. So I like to maintain.
Oh, God
balance.
bless you.
Yeah.
Well, it has to do with like workers' rights, doesn't it?
Yeah. The whole concept is that you go into work and like when you go on the elevator, you undergo the severance procedure where when you're at work, you only know the work world. And when you're at home, you only know the home world.
Oh God.
And you don't know what happens at work at all. And it's supposed to be this like extreme version of work-life balance, but like you don't even know what's happening to your other self. And like then it gets to a situation pretty quickly where like in the work world, like you want to quit, like you're trying to leave, but you don't even know that when you leave.
Oh, that's
Like,
horrifying.
It's really spooky and
Yeah.
it's really well designed. It's got this retro futurism vibe that is just so well done. Highly recommend. But again, maybe wait until the other season comes out because then you can just binge it all.
I saw the pilot, and the pilot was really intense because it ends on like a weird cliffhanger in the pilot, kind of to hook you. And I remember being like, "Oh, I watched it on like an illegal stream. I was stealing it on the internet, and I was
You
like,
could do that too.
and I was like, I need to watch this like HD. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't want to watch this like that. You know?
You're like, I couldn't make out any of their faces.
Exactly.
I adapt well with lesser than high quality.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm there for some.
It depends what it is though. But
course.
for majority of the time, yeah, I'm in it. I'm in 480p. I'm here, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just pop on the blue light glasses.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this outside of the podcast between me and you. Is thrifting dead? Is thrifting gentrified now 100%?
Oh wow, this is a big topic. So I'm a thrifter. Not everything I'm wearing. I actually bought these pants for way too much money, but most of the stuff I'm wearing is thrifted, and it's kind of obvious if you know, you know. But like, I feel like thrifting in a way is more alive than ever, but not if you're somebody who actually needs to thrift for financial reasons.
There you go.
Like that's like thrifting for the culture is like on one right now. And I think that it will be probably, I think kind of going forward just because fast fashion is so unsustainable. And also because the uniqueness of thrifted items, like when people don't want to look the same anymore. Like maybe, you know, to stand out online, you have to look very unique, and to look unique, you have to have something that nobody could get anywhere else. And that's happening at the thrift store. The one thing that I feel like makes thrifting more dead, one, the prices are getting insane. A lot of thrift stores are closing, I'm realizing. And then two, the thrift stores are overflowing with Shein.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What the hell's that?
Shein is like the fast fashion brand of fast fashion brands. You can go there and buy a $3 dress, online only, drop ship kind of vibe. Like,
Yeah.
just absolutely no ethics. And like people buy it for different reasons.
For sure made with little kid hands.
Yeah, little kid hands, like it's very exploitative. And the thing is there are people who need to buy Shein for affordability reasons, or like because they're very size inclusive. Not a lot of brands are size inclusive. And so, you know, I think that you can buy from these kinds of brands, and as long as you're not using this like wear once mentality, like it can still be sustainable in a way. But like because there's so much stuff, it's just overflowing in the thrift stores. So it's like the thrift stores overflowing with this like cheap, like crappy materials. And then they're being charged for like, you have to pay like $10 for like a kind of dirty Shein t-shirt. It's like, what happened to the thrifting prices?
We went to a thrift store yesterday, and there wasn't a t-shirt less than $30 there.
What thrift store were you at?
Yeah, where'd
One
you
of the
go?
one of the ones here in North Park.
Is it, I think I know what you're talking about.
Is the one by the
It's a-
Vons?
Yes, it was close to the Vons.
Everything there was cheap when I went.
It could be actually no. It's
Are you
the one I'm talking about.
Auntie Helen's, or
A place like that.
is it a curated vintage store? That's
Yeah,
different.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to get into the shit with thrifting, which I understand, it's kind of dirty, it takes a lot of time.
We've talked about if you want to thrift, you got to get in the trenches.
I live in the trenches personally. I'm a fan of the bins. You got to wear gloves if you're going to the bins.
Yes. Yeah.
God bless you.
Do you have any no-goes for a thrift store? I have some no-go. One thing is no-go. I will not buy a hat at a thrift store.
Okay. I'm not really a hat person very much. My head, I feel like, is too big.
Yeah.
They hurt my head. I mean, like, okay, I've bought underwear one time, but it had the tags on it still.
That's wild.
It was vintage and it was very clean. It was white. It was very clean, and it had like the original tags.
Gotcha.
I was like, okay, this clearly wasn't worn. But normally I wouldn't buy underwear. Like, I don't know. I feel like anything could be fine depending on the quality. Like sometimes you find stuff that's clearly new and unworn.
Yeah.
Like even if it's like underwear or socks or something, I'm like, fine, that's not a big deal.
Whenever you find something that is new or that you actually need at a thrift store, it's so gold.
I find this so engaging. We never talked about thrifting on the pod.
I do it a lot. It's one of my like things I
didn't know
love
that.
to do.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
can't.
was wondering if you were gonna bring this up.
I gave up on thrifting.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Sizing, quality. Now, and also you have to have a lot of patience. You guys have a lot of patience. She says she's in the bins.
I'm
Yeah.
I
thrifting
kick
for
those
sport.
bins out of the way. Get the fuck out of here, stupid ass bin. I don't want to go nowhere near a bin because that bin. No, fuck no.
Yeah.
No.
Furniture, I've always found thrifting for furniture's always been great.
Oh,
Like a nightstand or a coffee table.
Oh, yeah.
A light for your bedroom. That's always been stuff I've really liked.
Yeah.
I made a video a couple months ago now, but of some things I needed to go thrift for. And they were bookends because I had like too many books and shit in my house. So
I'm sure you could find hundreds of those.
but I found some cool like red Chinese food dog ones that matched. And they were like there's like $20 for both of them. And me and my girlfriend are really into plants, so like pots for plants are like $40 if you buy new ones. But if you ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But they're like $3 at a thrift store, like a clay
even
pot.
better, like because you need a hole in your pots. A lot of like you can find cool stuff to use as pots at the thrift store, but they don't have a hole, so you need to get like a ceramic drill bit. Anything can be a pot. I haven't actually done this, but I see the people at the swap meet. They make crazy stuff into pots, and they just have the drill right there, and they'll just drill a hole in it right there for you.
This is a good topic. Shout out San Diego swap meet.
Kobe's.
Absolutely. Shout out. Always one of my favorite things to do in town. Do you guys have any? I know you have been to the swap meet before. I remember you and Marquise made a video. What is the funnest thing you've ever gotten at the swap meet?
Funnest? Or just skateboards. I used to go there for skateboard apparel.
Oh, there used to be so many
Skateboard
decks.
shoes. My buddy, oh my god, I forgot how you say his name. Qatar. He owned like mini motorcycles.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's you know what's toxic about the swap meet? And I didn't know this because I'm not a vendor there, right? People are just trying to lowball you. Just see, I saw it. He said 200. He's like, no, it's the price is 4 or whatever the price is. And he said, okay, 250. He's like, all right, 250. And he just walked away. So he was just haggling him just to haggle him. He wasn't interested. I was like, this is toxic, man. He's like, yeah, we're not staying here.
I go full immigrant parent with it. Like I'm like, no, I'm not paying full price. I have an immigrant father. I can say so, but I've
also lost a lot of money there too. I bought these rings.
You spend always so much more than you expect.
But the rings were the ring. I'm not a ring guy anyway. I was dabbling in my I was remaking over my style coming from a skateboarder.
Yeah.
I got tired of just wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
Were they 925 at least? Sterling silver rings.
They were POS piece of shit rings.
I was gonna say a lot of the swap meet rings say 925, which indicates they're sterling silver and they won't like turn your fingers green, but they're not. If it's under like $20, it's just not.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not worth the material. Like because there's actual worth to silver. Like it's a commodity.
right. And like I'm not fancy like that, but with rings, it's like if it's gonna turn my finger green, like I can't even wear it. Like I mean you can, but it's gonna look crazy. And so you gotta step it up a little bit.
I agree.
Just a little bit.
Any good swap meet finds?
Oh God, I have like really bad recall, so I'm sure I found like great things.
Yeah,
there, but
yeah.
I feel like I got a lot of I got a lot of like decor there when I like moved into my place. I got this really bizarre like vintage like picture of a family on a ski vacation that was like
fun.
really big and like a blue frame. And I'm like, I'm just gonna put this on my wall and it's gonna be weird. I get a lot of plants there. Actually, my best plant is from there. It kind of like it's a pothos and it like trails around my whole bathroom.
So fun.
It's really good. It's thriving. And so
Love
honestly, that's like my child. That's probably the best thing I've gotten.
Yeah. Plants at the thrift store has always been a big buy. I got a big plant for my girlfriend that was like $20 and it was this huge like purple one of those purple leaved plants. And she loves it. She loves it.
Those ones are good.
My best thrift store find has always been comic books. I love going to the comic book bins. That's where I fell in love with them was as a kid because like when I went to the comic book store, they would be super expensive. Every comic book was $20. But you go to the swap meet and be like, yeah, pick 5 out of here, and that's $10, you know? So it'd be like Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, X-Men, boom. And I was like, $5? And as a little kid, that was just hours of enjoyment for me.
You haven't fought anybody with someone fighting over someone in a bin, right?
I personally haven't, but I've seen some shit for sure.
He's jealous.
I've definitely seen some jealousy.
I've never gotten into any fights at the thrift store. Sometimes, I mean, like you get looks like sometimes when you're like holding something, and I do this to people too. Like I'll see them like trying on a really good jacket, and I'm like kind of like, you know.
You give them the drop it. Go ahead, drop it.
No,
I'm gonna have to take
Is
a
it
look
gonna
at
fit you or not? Are you buying it or not?
Yeah.
Right. And then like it ends up fitting neither of us, and then it just sits. That's one of the best tricks is at the thrift store, look at the rack that's near the mirror. Because all the stuff that like was cool enough to pick up but maybe didn't fit somebody gets left over there, and it's always crazy.
That is a fire tip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that one.
Yeah, steal it.
Yeah, that's a good one. I for thrifting now, I always just go for t-shirts. Especially now that I'm on the pod, I always want to have like a fresh t-shirt, like something new. I don't want to be wearing like the same thing.
You don't want to wear something that's too wrinkly.
I don't. Oh my god!
What's going on today with the shirt?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It was a gift.
Describe it for the people.
So
got a collage.
So it is a collage. It's got photographers, mountains, palm trees, and it's just a really cool picture. And a friend bought it for me. My girlfriend actually bought it for me.
It's
I don't
giving
need a cap.
San Diego.
What does it say on the bottom? It says Stance?
Yeah, that's the brand. I think it's a Stance shirt. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah. So I always look in the bins for t-shirts. I want like a hometown high school shirt that no one has, or like a one-time Dare shirt. The one-time shirts are the ones I go for. An airbrush funeral shirt, gas.
Oh yeah.
Like
I'm a t-shirt girl. In the summer, it's just t-shirts and cutoffs. In the winter, it's like sweaters and sweatpants.
I'm so anti t-shirts now. I hate t-shirts.
you got a collar on all the time.
I hate t-shirts.
A polo guy.
Yeah, a polo or a dress shirt. That's what I go with right now. If I do wear a t-shirt, it's just one color, black or white.
You wear a t-shirt at the crib?
That's a good point. What do I wear at the crib? I guess I just wear nothing.
Are you got the tank
Polos
top?
only in the crib.
Only when
top?
it's cold. When it's cold, I actually put on a high visibility orange jacket. I mean, a high visibility yellow.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's
The
a long
neon
sleeve.
yellow.
It's what you typically wear when you're cycling.
Yeah.
It's so comfortable.
Looks like
But
you're-
yeah, people are like, God damn, I see you, sir.
Did you get that when you were on probation on the side of the
What are you talking
road?
about, probation?
I'm
Oh, I was like,
No, I'm
I've
just
never
fucking-
been on probation.
No, I'm just
I
talking
used to
shit.
get that asked all the time when I skateboarded. Are you on probation? You get it all the time.
I
No,
bet.
I'm not.
I bet.
I'm not. I say that very proudly.
Yeah, me too. Thankfully, I don't have a record. Knock on wood for that.
You ever get a ticket?
I've gotten a. Yeah, I have gotten a
What'd you
driving.
get? What'd you get? I got to hear this.
Rolling stop. I've gotten a rolling stop.
I don't mean a
California roll.
traffic ticket.
Yeah, I got a rolling
Anything
stop.
outside of a traffic ticket.
Oh, outside of a traffic ticket? No, I luckily have not. Yeah, I'm good at weaseling out of that. I've definitely done illegal things.
What
but
about you?
Okay.
You ever get anything outside of a traffic ticket?
No, I'm very good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, very pure.
Mhm.
What about you?
We like that. Yeah, trolley ticket. Yeah, not paying the fare.
Does trolley ticket count?
That's not a traffic
I mean, I feel like you should
Well,
be able
that-
to talk your way out of that.
yeah, there was no talking. I was 14. There's no talking way out of that.
Yeah. You're an easy mark at that point. Yeah.
You're giving me too much credit, Bella. They're gonna murk me. They're like, nah, kid, you're getting this ticket. And skateboarding ticket. I feel like there's one more. It must not be substantial. It must not be substantial. So I couldn't recall what it is. It's probably another skateboard.
That's convenient.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a bad boy to any stretch of imagination. God bless America. I didn't get caught for the dumb shit that.
Oh God.
I can't. I don't even. I
Moment
love
of silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, moment of silence for all
Yeah.
all the DUIs I don't have.
Well, I won't say where I did it, but I mean, if you want to go into stupid stories,
Oh yes, we do.
I stole a golf cart from a college university, right? I'm not gonna say where it was, and my whole goal was well, this was before I had a license, and I was very drawn to automotives, and I wanted to drive a golf cart, and so I had one time taken the key from a student that had got done driving the golf cart. And then I ran up. I saw he left the key there. I ran up and took it. The student saw me and didn't even say anything. Just walked.
That's none of their business.
Walked
Yeah.
approach me, and I ran as fast as I could. Me and my buddy Dan, we got out of Dodge.
Fire.
We came back a week or two later to see if it would see what is this like only specific to one golf cart
Yeah.
or all of them. It only worked on the 4-seaters. Oh no, the 2-seaters. There was some that had 2 other ones in the back.
Yeah.
I took that thing off-roading, dude. I tried to go. I'm not gonna say where I was, but if I say too much, I'm scared I'm gonna expose where it was. Now I was 15, 16 years old, but you know what I mean.
Super fun.
That's ballsy.
I tried to take it home.
That's fine now.
Yeah, so I went through they have a like off-roading nearby, like a canyon.
Yeah.
And I got stuck at a blocking. There was a barrier. It was a silver barrier. The guy that owns the house right next to the barrier knows that it's not mine, and so he calls the cops. And anyways, I'll say that's it. So we ran away. We ran away.
Fun, very fun.
No, it wasn't. it wasn't, man.
Yeah.
They were around looking. They were around looking, and he actually followed us in his truck for a little bit. And all I have is a skateboard.
Scary shit.
Yeah.
All I have is a skateboard.
When my dumb stories are definitely me in high school, just walking into like a Food Max, grabbing 2 30 boxes and just walking out and just throwing them in the back of a truck and hopping in there like Dukes of Hazzard and fucking getting out of there. Yeah. So Bella, I'm not going to have you expose any of your past crimes, which I'm sure there are many.
No, there are petty crimes.
Petty crimes got
Yes.
you. So, being a journalist here in town, what is the biggest issue in San Diego or in California that isn't talked about enough?
Okay, I'm gonna drop something that's timely and interesting. Maybe not the biggest, but I think pretty big. I feel like San Diego in particular has like a really big problem with extremism, and like that gets talked about on social media, but it doesn't get reported on because it's really hard to report on those kinds of things. And I bring it up because there was just a big story in KPBS by Andrew Dyer, one of my former colleagues. San Diego Navy SEAL under investigation for alleged extremist affiliations. And the comments on this post are just asinine. Like many people coming out to defend this guy who like is like he's involved with the Proud Boys.
Yeah.
Actively while being a Navy SEAL. And like that kind of thing's common here because we have the KKK has roots in San Diego, has been here for a long time. And then like the military presence.
Lakeside in general.
Lakeside, East County. Let's broaden it. It's all around San Diego County, but I feel like it doesn't really get talked about again just because it's so difficult to report on. Like I know Andrew Dyer, like I worked with him. He spent years trying to get into these stories and like it's hard to find an editor who will even let you, especially because of the amount of time it takes. But then just like the burden of proof is so high when you're like essentially doxing somebody.
Yes.
And then you have people like coming after you, like very scary, dangerous people. So I don't know. I feel like that's like, we know that it exists. We hear about it, but on the local level, it doesn't get wildly reported on, but it's definitely there. Not even like really in the shadows. Like it is there.
Yeah. I did a story in the Union Tribune I did an op-ed in the Union Tribune, And the story was basically like, none of these politicians are worth you losing family or friends over.
Oh, yeah.
And like that, my basis of my story was just like, my brother works for a government agency. He is conservative. I obviously am not conservative, and we are not going to throw our brotherhood away because of Trump.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we can agree on some facts on Trump, but he can vote who he wants. And all I'm saying is it's bigger than politics, you know?
Well,
like,
and like, I just like have a personal rule. Like, I don't stand politicians.
Yeah.
Like, I can respect certain politicians for certain things that they've done and like recognize when one is better than another, but we're not idolizing politicians.
No, absolutely not.
That's just not happening. They work for us.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all of these politicians are getting people in their face now. They're like, ceasefire, free Gaza, you know? And I love that because it's like you said, they work for us. Like, you don't work for the people that butter your bread. You know what I mean? You work for the people. It is a business of the people, right? And, you know, if they, like, I'm sorry if you can't enjoy a night out until you fucking stop the fucking genocide. You know what I mean? Or stand up for something that matters instead of standing up for, because it's different. It was Elizabeth Warren was the clip I saw last night. And someone came up to her and they're like, what are your stance on this? She's having dinner at this nice restaurant. And this person goes, I have had 70 family members killed in Gaza since October 7th. What are you doing about it? I'm a U.S. citizen. And you serve me. Like,
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's fucking talk about it. And to bring it back to your point about extremism, is that's one of the first times I got a death threat was when, and one was from like a leftist person, like, oh, I can't believe you are standing with someone who stands with Trump. And the other was someone on the right. Like, it was all in the UT comments, and like it stayed there, you know, if I ever see you out, I'm gonna get you kind of thing.
That's
you know?
so scary. And it's like, in a way, it's an opinion, and I don't actually believe this, but when you piss off people on both sides, like, you probably
are doing something right.
You probably are doing something right. Like,
Yeah.
if you're standing for unity and you get death threats, like, that's how you know we're fucked.
Yes. Yeah. That's the weird part, you know, is like standing in the middle is not a popular, like, how about we make this work for everyone? It's like, how? And it's like, it's actually not that crazy. You know what I mean? Like, we can make policies that work for everyone. You know what I mean?
No. And like, granted, like, I'm pretty far to the left. I don't identify as a Democrat, like, but I mean, like, we can have conversations. Like, I really relish in the conversations that I have with people who disagree with me, because I have them a lot now. Like, I feel like we live in this like California bubble, but like, being on the opinion team, like, I'm very much exposed to the wide variety of opinions that exist in San Diego. And like, I can bond with conservatives over hating liberal politicians.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, like, let's just relish in that moment for a second. Like, we can agree on these things. Maybe we don't agree on where we go from here, but being able to recognize where you agree, I think, is important, versus like acting like none of that agreement exists, because it's just not productive.
Yep. Yeah. So I have a really fun topic.
Okay, let's get more fun.
Have you heard of the Disney poop hall?
No.
So lines at Disneyland have gotten so bad that there's this new trend of parents letting their kids defecate while in line.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wait,
Oops.
what is it called? Disney poop hall?
Poop hall. So, so this Reddit user said, I'm in queue for Rise of the Resistance at Disney World. Someone let their kid take a dump on the floor and then they just walked out and left. What WTF?
Oh my God.
Another person, for the skeptics, this has actually happened. Fun fact. This was one of the 3 shit-related incidents at Rise today. Less fun fact. I was here for all 3 of them.
What's going on at Disneyland? Is it that busy right now?
This is from a Disneyland employee. Bodily fluids no longer bother me after working at Disney. Let's just say that the attraction I work at has what the cast ended up dubbing as the poop hall because of the number of times guests have gone in there and pooped. We even put up a camera and it didn't stop it. Good Lord, the poop hallway.
Why do you think I would want to talk about this? This is crazy.
No, I am talking about it just because,
Let's talk about it. This is, we aren't talking about this enough.
No, these are the subjects that need to be talked about. But what the reason I brought it up,
man, America's problems, man.
this just like, I promise you that these kids' parents are Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah, you didn't even be allowed to see it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Important question. Are we above diapers? Like, if you're gonna let your kid just shit on the ground, just put a diaper on them.
Put the diaper on the kid. You know.
Make him sit in it. Like, come on.
I don't know. You said that you weren't a Star Wars person. This is a perfect question asked.
Okay.
Do you think that some Disney people take it too far?
Oh,
Disney.
absolutely. I mean, there's people who take everything too far.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I love that.
We have to understand.
That's so true.
We have to understand moderation as humans. All right, that's a central,
Yes.
central theme throughout life.
Yes.
Too much of anything is bad for you.
I agree. I agree.
Even the air, the water.
No, yeah, Disney's a cult, and we're boycotting Disney right now. Also.
Oh, really?
Side
I didn't
note.
know that.
Why are we boycotting Disney right now?
Because of their stance with their affiliations with Israel. They're part of the Starbucks boycott.
Oh,
They're
okay.
also in that. So just throwing that out there as we discuss this.
Yeah. I forgot that they are like 100% on that. Yeah.
They're on that.
Yeah.
For sure. And so, that's happening. This, I guess, is also happening. And that's, I'm an advocate for restrooms. I don't know. This is also part of my record in journalism. I did a big story a couple years ago about how San Diego doesn't have enough public restrooms. And that struck something with people.
Yeah.
Like it blew up in a way that I knew that it would strike a chord, but it was deeply upsetting. And this is a problem across the country because the United States is just averse to public services generally. But maybe Disney needs to take note. If they don't have enough restrooms, I'm an advocate for restrooms, even in places where
I see that story blew up because I think everyone's an advocate to be able to relieve themselves.
Well, the issue is everyone has been out on the town and then been like, oh, I need to go. And then they have to well, I guess I got to buy a coffee. Oh, I guess I got to fake buy something. Or I got to just weasel my way into a restroom when
sure,
the public restrooms have gone back as far as ancient Rome. They've always been a place for the public from the government to provide something that none of us can stop. There's no one that doesn't poop. You know what I mean? Sorry. But the fact is we all gotta go, and I shouldn't be required to spend money to do it. I think that we all pay enough taxes into this thing to have places in public for all of us.
Yeah, but you know how that goes, man. Life isn't so cut and dry that way because just takes one person to ruin something.
You are very right.
You know what I mean? So you got the folks that are showering in there. That's a big problem in the one right here on the library, San Diego Central Library.
Yeah.
People are bathing themselves in there, and they have to. The security guards, as you know, our homeless population downtown's really bad. And so people sleep there, and then they have to wake them up, and then they got to make sure that they're not washing their balls in the restroom. And I've seen it, bro. They're washing their balls.
It's real. And I feel again, I'm pretty far to the left. I see this as we're not providing enough of any of those things. These people don't have a place to sleep. Obviously, they're going to sleep in the only place they can. They don't have a place to shower. They're going to shower in the only place they can.
Right.
All of those are indications of a different failure. But then, they can't, not everybody can buy a coffee every time they have to use the restroom. So, what happens? They shit on the street.
Yeah.
And then we have to pay money to clean up the shit on the street. Come on.
So I read a book by Philip K. Howard called The Death of Common Sense. And it's one of these books that is basically writing.
That's a very rising topic.
Yeah. So basically, they talk about in New York City, they thought, well, we need to create more public bathrooms for the public. And they put one in the middle of Times Square. And one of the first things that happened within a week of the bathroom being there, they were sued for it not being handy. This is in the 80s. They were sued for it not being available for the handicap.
And ADA compliant.
Exactly. And one of the things that happened is they talk about how one of the issues with politics is that book basically talks about the issues between too much regulation, not enough regulation, which I believe is one of the driving causes of our political differences. And basically, one, they're saying that like there should be less red tape for public restrooms and making it accessible. Because once they had to make it accessible, they had to like measure all the costs, and then they had to do it to every public restroom. And then it was like, well, how many handicapped people are actually using it? Or is this person using it for like personal gain kind of thing? And it was just like all of the bullshit encountered with, sadly, like inclusivity, you know what I mean? And like just some of the issues that come with that. I'm not anti-handicap. I'm not anti-inclusivity, but I do believe that
you handicap's an offensive term now.
Oh, what's the term now?
Disabled.
Yeah. People with disability.
I'm pardon to any listener that's offended.
Yeah, I kept saying, I was like, let me save him.
Yeah, please, thank you. Thank you for saving me. I don't need pitchforks and torches outside of my home.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the regulation thing is definitely a delicate balance because like we've been talking about this locally with housing lately. Like there's this thing where developers are required to include a certain number of affordable units if they're building a building that is a certain size.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like over like 12 units, you have to have at least 10% of those units be affordable. But then that becomes like a big barrier to actually developing housing at all, which we need. There's a housing crisis, and we can agree on that. And so now they're talking about, okay, well, what if we allow these developers to build the affordable units somewhere else and kind of outsource it to companies that are better at building affordable units? Like these developers are good at building market rate units. Like if they can outsource it to companies that are good at building affordable units and do those in different areas, then maybe that would make it easier and faster to build housing that we desperately need. But then you get into this whole thing of like, oh, so we're going to put the affordable units in the less desirable, quote unquote, communities.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm glad. You're addressing everything my thoughts were thinking.
Yeah, it's like, okay, like we have to like have a values discussion. Like,
right.
Do we think the most important thing is making sure that our housing policies are inclusive, or that we are just building as much housing as we possibly can without maybe prioritizing inclusivity as much or equity as much? And like, I don't really know the answer to that. I know we have a lot of problems, and those are two of the bigger ones.
Yep.
Housing and equity. So I don't know. I mean, like, it's a very delicate balance, and I think we're battling it every day.
I see.
And we will.
Yeah.
We will continue.
I love that you have championed housing and homelessness as two of the big flagships of the videos you've made for the subjective report.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Those are the things I care about the most.
Yeah. So I got a video for this. Would you let your kid do MMA?
Like fighting?
Yeah, fighting.
Yeah.
So video 3.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's see it.
Harder to keep him away. But yeah, I mean, look.
This is like cockfighting for kids.
This feels illegal.
Again, just a little skill.
Doesn't it feel kind of illegal?
In the side control there. Yeah, like I said, I mean,
it's only a minute clip.
4'8", but look
Oh
how thick that
no,
chest is.
not the face sitting.
I know.
Oh man, this is
He's about to
this is
tap him?
demoralizing.
Both of them show
Right?
maturity well beyond
These
the
kids
years
got to be
on the
8,
back,
10 years old.
maybe a little bit hitting
They
the
do
hole.
have bigger gloves and they do have shin pads. I like that.
He's got it.
They're
Yep.
continuing.
Tap kid.
He
Yep.
got it. Oh, maybe he
It's over
doesn't.
for you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's in tight.
That's
It's
over the
over.
chin this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, he's got the other hook in. He's toast. Attaboy. Way to good stuff.
Oh my god. Okay.
CJ Feather with the rear naked
Yeah.
choke.
Now, I just hope, like, my thing is I hope they're teaching these kids sportsmanship too.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that it's unhealthy for kids to be in a competitive space where there's like shit talking and like where they're taught bad sportsmanship, which I believe is a big issue with the UFC. I've talked about it before. I believe that.
Talked about what? Say again?
I don't like the sportsmanship in MMA. It's all like WWE promotion and stuff, and I think it sets a bad example for kids at that age.
Hey, man.
I think.
But it makes money,
Colby,
you know.
Colby Covington, I always bring it up, man. He himself was cut and dry All-American wrestler. And they're about to cut him.
Yeah.
So at what point do you look? I'm doing everything I can for the promotion, being respectable, and you're telling me that you're gonna cut me either I win or lose my next fight.
Yeah.
He goes to Brazil. He says, "You guys are a bunch of filthy animals. Fuck you guys."
He gets
Now look at him.
Yeah, I know.
Now he's making money.
Yeah.
It's all facade.
Yeah, it is. The fighters always like are chill afterwards.
So unfortunately, that's just the name of the game, man.
Yeah.
It's the fight business. So
Yeah.
I
agree with you.
You know,
entertainment.
Mixed martial arts. A lot of it was focused on like the Bruce Lee era, like discipline, being respectable. You know, showing your opponent respect, shaking hands afterwards.
Yeah.
It's not making you money, bro.
Yeah, you're very right. You're very right.
You gotta talk that shit. Talk
Yeah.
about his wife. Talk about his kids. You have to, man.
Talk about his wife.
Yeah.
Your kid died of cancer. Fuck your kid. Like literally.
I mean, it's
like-
not that.
Yeah.
It's not that brazen, but sure.
What do you think,
Okay, I feel like this feels very similar to the football conversation. You know, like letting your kids play football with the concussions and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like it's a little fucked. I don't know. I mean, like I feel like I'm having a trouble believing that a child that came out of me would have an interest in MMA. I don't know.
That's funny.
In the nature versus nurture conversation.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know how that shakes out.
Like
But
MMA, is that have Shel Silverstein in there or no? Like,
God. No, I mean, like, but like, you know, if they really want to do it, maybe they can do it. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not. I want my kid to be able to express themselves, but I also don't want him to die or be a piece of shit.
of course.
So you know, there might be a line that will have to be drawn.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, so have
Another clip.
yeah. So I have. I used to drink a lot, and I used to love a work lunch beer.
Oh, I've seen those. I've seen those happen. I
Yeah.
can't read and drink beer.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I like to. I would drink and read a book and just house the book and be like, what the fuck did I just read? You know?
Oh yeah, no, I love the idea of it.
Now, I think if you're working with heavy machinery, I think that you really should be cautious about drinking a beer at lunch. I don't think that's good practice. And some companies have had issues with that where they have. Yeah, so they implemented this on video number 4. It is a breathalyzer test to re-enter after your work lunch.
Oh, that's all it takes now?
I guess so.
They're just blowing on a screen.
I don't know. It must have a sensor or something.
What? That's insane.
Yeah, no, something about
I'm surprised they're able to tell from that. Have you ever done the breathalyzer?
Yeah, my friend used to have one in his car, so he had to like blow into it to turn the engine on because it was a degenerate.
I almost got a DUI one time.
No shit.
And then the other time was I was just really tired, and then the cops were certain I was drinking. So I've done it twice in that atmosphere, and I get randomly drug tests at work. So I've done it. I've done it a number of times. You have to blow really, really hard until your lungs are exhausted. I'm surprised that little.
Well, I feel like that's probably bullshit. I mean, this is probably the equivalent of like the at-home COVID test
Or
in
the-
terms of reliability.
I've never have.
Wait.
believed-
Are the COVID test not?
No, I
accurate?
mean the at-home, like, you know, back during like peak COVID days, it was like, if you really want to know, you get the PCR test. You go in.
I see what you're
and
talking about. Yeah.
You have the doctor put the thing in your nose. Or at home, like when I actually had COVID, I took like 3 of them, and they had all different results, but they were enough positives that we knew what was going on. Like,
Yeah.
I gotcha. That's a problem if you have to go over there and you have to have issues with that. Dude, you're doing, man. Okay, so we had oh man, do I want to talk about this? I will. We had a friend who was working in a restaurant. He was cutting, he was using a processor, from what I understand, some type of food processor, and he lost 4 of his 5 fingers.
in one swoop? Like,
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. So
That's very
whenever you're working in I went to manufacturing technology in Kearney. Dude, that stuff is real shit, man. You shouldn't be so brazen. I've seen cabinet workers, man. Some of my favorite people are cabinet workers. I think that stuff's really fucking cool. But you're dealing with blades. Now, some of the blades are really sophisticated now.
They have the laser.
laser
beyond
blade?
No, not. Oh yeah,
It's a laser that senses if your finger slips and it'll stop the blade on.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
or if the blade even touches a prick of your little, it goes down right away. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Dude, you work with heavy machinery.
Yeah.
You can get fucking killed. You can get killed, man.
Yeah.
And I really feel for the guy that only has one thumb. That's all he
Yeah.
got. On his left hand, he's got one. No, his right thumb, his dominant hand.
Yeah.
God bless you if you're over there. Dude, you're doing that, man. You're playing with fire.
So I can talk about this now. So years ago, I used to work for a trash company. And we'd be moving barrels and like bins and stuff like that, and all of us like would be on like forklifts and shit.
Oh, okay.
But I got graduated to the OG lunch on Fridays. I'd go to this like lunch that was like only like basically like an inner circle of people who wouldn't tell on each other for drinking. And freaking we would go have lunch at this Brazilian spot, and we would just be fucking housing beers. Like I'd have like 3 tall boys before we head back, because we were working like 12-hour days. So we were like, fuck it, we've already been here 6 hours.
You're burning it right off.
Yeah, let's burn it right off. So I remember these dudes would be blasting fucking Mexican music, fucking with the forklifts, moving heavy shit, like just having a good ass time. And then by the time we left, like the buzz had worn off. But it was bad juju. Bad juju.
News.
Yeah.
Sounds bad.
With that, it's like one of those things like, just say you have a problem, bro. Like, like
That's the hardest part.
yeah,
right?
I know,
Like,
right? Yeah.
Oh God. I feel like not to like, I guess I should like put on my tinfoil hat. Like the collection of biometric data by my employers
Oh.
is a little bit upsetting. Not that I don't think that this is justified. You know, if we're talking about losing fingers, maybe it's a
Yeah.
trade-off that's worth making. But I mean, like, I don't love it.
At my job, they made me take a selfie and send it to them for our security. And I said, is this being put into like a face recognition computer?
That's a valid question to ask now.
And they couldn't give me a straight answer. You know what I mean? I was like, well,
Maybe they don't know.
that's the fucked up part,
yeah,
right?
it's like they don't know. That doesn't mean it's not happening.
Yep.
Like you never know. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's we got 2 more topics. It's those 2 JPEGs right there.
Oh, okay. Which one do you want me to do?
Let's go number 1. Let's start off. So for our audio only people, Twitch streamer is launching a beer made from her vaginal yeast. My take on it is get your bag, girl. Do what you want with your business.
Feminism. A feminist.
That's a pro-feminist take, I think. Like, good for you. But I wouldn't buy it. But if it sells, good for you. Or do you guys think this is too far?
I don't think that it's not too far per se. I mean, like I think that we should be we're reaching toward the line, right? we're like maybe not there. I feel the way that you feel. I think my sister sent this to me and I didn't really know how to react, but I wouldn't drink it.
Yeah,
that's the question.
No, I wouldn't drink.
Exactly.
No way. I'm drinking it.
This is a kink thing. I feel like this got to be like a kink thing.
Yeah, it's definitely kink adjacent.
It's giving like I'm gonna buy your dirty underwear off the internet.
Yeah.
Like,
fart in a bag for
and I don't want to know, but I'm deeply curious about the collection process. I'm like.
She's ready to break into the market.
How are you harvesting it? Like, is it ethically harvested vaginally?
Yeah, is it?
okay.
Is that count as vegan?
I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, let's round it up with Adam 22 on this second JPEG, and we'll get on out of here.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Adam 22 is creating a reality show where this is right up your alley.
Yeah,
show where a winning contestant gets to sleep with his wife.
How is that up my alley?
No,
no, because she likes reality TV.
Oh yeah.
This isn't even just kink adjacent. This is just kink. He's just a cuck. This is the cuck off.
Yeah, they've been saying that about this.
Is this show called America's Got Cucking?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not mad. You know, he's breaking into the market, man. He's the first one to do it.
It's written all over his face. Like,
Oh, look at the sorrow in that man's eyes.
No, that's the same way he looks
the way
at it.
they're all looking at her in this picture, they're like all looking down her shirt.
Look at the joy in her eyes. Pure.
Oh, she's hyped. I mean, she seems to be. It looks like she's in on it. Like she's so down.
Oh yeah.
So like, I'm happy for them, I guess.
We had a video on Adam 22 that did really well, and me and Marquise were just basically like, "What's going on with bro?" You know what I mean? I don't want to.
I don't think there's anything wrong with him.
background.
I don't. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm actually applauding him. He's the first one to market with this idea.
That's
really smart. Mm-hmm. That's really smart.
Their whole argument was they were always like, when they were dating, they had always did videos with them two and another girl. And their whole argument was that her argument was, well, what if I were to film with another man? What's the difference? Which she has a very valid point for, you know. And now he's just they're both making money off of it, which, you know, I can't really hate on. I'm sure their OnlyFans and their Patreon makes them hundreds of thousands of dollars a month.
Do we think they're happy though? Or do we think they're in love?
No, they might be in love with their lifestyle.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But, yeah, you know, in San Diego we have a big polyamorous community.
Do
and
we?
Yes.
Like, well, I know it exists.
Yeah.
But like bigger than other places.
I'm not. I would think yes, actually.
Okay.
I think we would be above average. You know, I used to have a writer on staff. They were a kink writer, and I had them writing about relationships. And one of the big things they wrote about is just their experience in the polyamory space.
I remember these essays actually. Yeah.
And I have friends that they're literally just like a hippie commune, and they all just make love, you know. And
I mean, if the apps are any indication, it's a growing.
Oh, absolutely.
it's a growing thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's how I got exposed to it.
Yeah, not for me, but you know, I'm not gonna hate on it. You know what I mean? And like, I'm talking shit, but like, obviously, do what you want in your own home.
Yeah,
you know?
if everybody's consenting.
He's still getting scrutinized over what happened to him.
He is absolutely.
So he's profiting off of that. Mm-hmm. Might as well. You guys are talking about me anyway. You're saying I'm the cuck master. Now I'm the cuck king.
Yeah.
Pay me, bitch.
Pay me. Pay me.
On his little like golden chair on the side of the bed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The cuck chair.
Oh, that was a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An hour went by fast.
Shit.
Anything you like to promote or plug there, Bella?
Oh God, probably, but I'm gonna keep quiet for now, I guess.
I gotcha.
Yeah, thanks for listening. You can find me, I guess, on. I don't know if I should be promoting my work actually, but
I can blur that out.
blur it out. Actually, I take it back.
We'll hit you with that big like 90s beep. That beep.
Yeah. Like, I call him the cut king. All right, follow my employer. Maybe not.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Well, thank you so much for coming. Really do appreciate you coming. It was so much fun having you. Everybody that listens to us, thank you for listening to us. You know, if you can, please subscribe to our page. It would be a huge help. And we just are really excited to keep this show growing.
Sounds like an episode. We'll catch you guys next week. Keep those